Hello, Wendell fourth graders. Welcome back to Remote Learning Week 7 and welcome back to my home art studio. Let's go ahead and get started. All right. So, this whole time we have been studying our elements of art, and the elements of art are the tools that we use to create art. There are 7 of them, and we have done 6 so far. We've done color, line, shape, value, texture, form was last week. This week is our last one, and it is space. Now, space kind of utilizes lots of the different elements, and when we talk about space in terms of an element of art, it is the area around, inside, or between shapes or forms. Now, you guys are in 4th grade, and we spent a lot of time at the beginning of this year when we did our 1-point perspective fall watercolor painting. We talked about a lot of the components of space, like foreground, midground, and background. And using things like the foreground is the space that seems closest to the viewer. The midground is a space between the foreground and the background. The background is a space that seems far away from the viewer. So foreground, midground, background. We also talked about these concepts over here that help show the illusion of space. And overlapping is when you put objects in front or behind of the, like this, skiers overlapping in front of that mountain. Color objects further away are duller, and objects that are closest to us are darker. Relative size is objects closest to the viewer. They're bigger than what's in the back. Look, this skier is as big as that mountain. And then placement. Objects higher on a picture plane seem further away. So see how this mountain's like way back here and the skier's down here on this in this square? We know that that mountain's further away. Okay? All right, so we're just going to have some fun utilizing space on our paper. And we're going to draw something that I've always been infatuated with and interested in, and that's the Great Pyramids of Giza. We're going to do a landscape. We're going to put together what we learned last week with our the perspective and drawing form shapes, and we're going to be creating a picture of the Pyramids of Giza. Now, a little background on the Pyramids of Giza. I'll attach more down below, but the Great Pyramids of Giza, and I'm reading off the computer, is the largest of all of the Egyptian pyramids and is one of the 7 wonders of the world. They're located 5 miles west of the Nile River near the city of Cairo. And then as I scroll down, I'm going to look at this because I'm not a pyramid expert. It's okay to reference things. Okay. When the pyramid was built, it was around 481 feet tall. But because of erosion and people have removed stones over time, it's about 455 feet tall. So, but at its base, each side is approximately 755 feet long because a pyramid goes up and gets smaller. So the base is 755, but the height is around 455 now. Okay. It covers over 13 acres and is constructed with about 2.3 million stone blocks. It took 20,000 workers 20 years to build these pyramids. Good gracious. And no one's quite sure how they were built. There are lots of theories, but they are let's see, it says the pyramids were built as a tomb for the Egyptian king Khufu. And the Great Pyramid was built as a tomb for the pharaoh, not king, pharaoh, which is basically a king in Egypt, Khufu, and the pyramid once held all the treasures that Khufu would take with him into the afterlife. So that's something later you can look up into. But what we're going to do is we're going to focus on drawing the pyramids like this. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the picture. Well, we'll just put this picture here, and I will show you how you can draw this. All right. Now, the first thing I'm going to do that we have talked about since you were in first grade, in kindergarten really, is draw the horizon line. That's a first way we utilize space on our paper. Just by this line, drawing the horizon line, we have sky and ground. Or if it's inside the wall and the floor, the wall and the table. That's our horizon line. Now, we're going to draw this first little pyramid here in the front. And that's, when you look at the picture attached below, you'll see that that pyramid is the one that's the most crumbled. It's the smallest. So because it's the smallest and most crumbled, I'm going to use a wiggly line like this. Okay? And I'm just going to draw the outside shapes first. Okay, and then let's do this one. Comes up like this and down. Just a triangle, angled line. Look, angled line. It's sketchy. Make it sketchy. It's okay. And then an angled line. All right. Now, to make them appear to have form, we're just going to use our tricks, the illusion. Okay. Just draw another angle here. Okay. Another angle here. This one has let's make it a wiggly angle. Go up to that point, wiggle it down, and then this one here. All right, so here is my basic drawing of my pyramids. Now, when we color, you will notice that this side, because the light source is over here, this side is going to be shaded. Now, I'm going to make some different color choices when I color just to make it different. You may do that as well, okay? And I will speed this up so you do not have to spend a lot of time watching me draw, okay? So here we go. So here is my drawing, coloring of the Great Pyramids of Giza in Cairo, Egypt. And here's the one that I did earlier. Now you can tell the difference. This one was done quickly. This one I took more time, spent good craftsmanship. This one, I actually kind of like this one a little bit better. Just take your time and have good craftsmanship. I'd like to see the forms, and I'd like to see you utilizing space by having the horizon line and overlapping. You make choices. If you want to do it at night, you might use like purples and things. It's up to you. Check out the pictures below before you start drawing so you can see the Great Pyramids of Giza. And if you would like to share, come have your family member take a picture, email it to me at wyork@wcpss.net, or come visit us at MI office hours. But until then, stay safe and create. Bye, fourth graders.